Good morning, students. I hope all of you are fine. So today we will study English literature, the poem which we were already doing, The Elephant and the Tragopan, page number 114. From the last paragraph of this page we have to start, right? So we have studied the previous part of the poem. Only page number 115 and last paragraph of page number 114 is left. We are going to start it. Okay, so you can take out your books and look in your books while I teach. If you want to write, you can write the meanings in your book. Okay. He sees the planet as his feet, where every hair or drop or leaf or seed or blade or grain of sand is destined for his mouth or hand. So here he refers to the human beings. So the elephant is saying here, he's talking to the forest crowd, no forest meeting, all the animals are sitting there, he's talking to them. So the elephant says that he sees the planet as his fief, means he here refers to the man, to living beings. Okay, man sees the planet, the entire planet, man sees as his fief. Fief means personal property, okay, which is lawfully his, nobody can take it away from him. Okay, so man sees the entire planet, entire earth as his own property. He thinks that everything belongs to him and he can have it. Okay, every hair or drop or leaf, man considers every hair, every drop, every leaf as his own. Or seed or blade or grain of sand, or seed or blade or grain of sand means every tiny seed, every blade of grass. Blade of grass means the single strands of grass are called blades of grass. Okay, so every blade of grass, every grain of sand, okay, man thinks that all of these things belong to man only, and he thinks all of this as his personal property. Is destined for his mouth or hand. Is destined for his mouth or hand means man thinks that all of these things is destined to be. Destined means fateful, means everything is either belonging to his own hand for his own need or for his own mouth. Mouth means for his own eating, for his own, for satisfying his own hunger, or for helping him earn money. So everything he thinks that is lawfully his only, and it is nobody else's. Nobody can take it away from him. Then if he is thirsty, we must thirst. For all the creatures, man comes first. So the elephant says that if man is thirsty, then we must thirst. We must thirst means we must give up our water to satisfy man's like thirst. Okay, हमें अपने शेयर का पानी man को दे देना पड़ेगा. So if man is thirsty, we must thirst. Means if man feels thirsty, we must become thirsty and we must give up our we must give away our source of water to man. For of all creatures, man comes first. Means, and why should we do this? Because like man treats us in such a way that of all the creatures, of all the plants, all the seeds, all the living, every living being that is present on earth, man thinks that out of all of them, who comes first? Who is the supreme thing, living thing? It is man. So man thinks that if he is thirsty, all of the other living beings of the earth should like stop their needs or give away their needs for him. If he needs room, we must fly. Means if man needs room. Room does not mean a room in like literally literally it does not mean a room. It means space. Means if man needs space for anything, then we must fly. Then we must fly means we must run away from there. We must give away our space to man. So man thinks that if he needs space, then we must just make space for him. He wants to capture our things and we must leave that place even if it belongs to us, because man needs it. And if he hungers, we must die. And if man is hungry, then it is us who die, because man kills us to eat the meat of the animals, right? So man thinks that if he is hungry, then all the other animals should give up on their lives and they must die, because to satisfy the hunger of man. Think what will happen when his scheme to tame our valley and our stream begins to thrust its way across these gentle slopes of fern and moss with axe, explosion and machine. So the elephant says that think what will happen. Just imagine what he tells to the other animals. Just imagine what will happen when his scheme means plan, when his plan to tame our valley and our stream. Valley is that Bengal Valley. okay, where they are all having the meeting, the land where they live. So he says that just imagine what will happen when man plans to tame our valley and our stream, to take away our valley and our stream for us, begins to thrust its way across. Means once the procedure begins, when man starts like occupying the forest or occupying the valley in which the animals live, these gentle slopes of fern and moss with axe, explosion and machine. So what will happen to these gentle slopes of fern and moss? Like it's a forest, so it has like ups and downs. So these gentle slopes of fern and moss. Now what are fern and moss? They are like grasses, wild grasses, okay, plants and shrubs and many things, plants, okay. So he says that these gentle slopes of fern and moss, these wild plants, they will all of these plants, okay, what will happen to them? They will with axe, explosive or machine destroy them. So he says, the elephant says that either man will cut all these wild plants with axe, okay, or explosive, or he will put an explosive, he'll burn away all these things, and machine, and he'll cut all these things with machines. Since rhododendron logs burn green, they'll all be chopped for firewood or logged and smuggled out for good. So he says that since rhododendron logs burn green, rhododendron are evergreen shrubs, okay, like small plants, they are evergreen. So he says that since these plants, these evergreen plants, they burn green, they'll all be chopped for firewood. इन सबको, इन सारे rhododendron plants को काट दिया जाएगा, they'll all be chopped or logged. Logged means they will be converted into logs of wood. Logs of wood, you know, like the branches are cut in such a way that they will become like rolling pieces of logs, बड़े बड़े logs की तरह बन जाते हैं. And chopped for fire and smuggled out for good, means, or they will be smuggled. Smuggled means to exchange illegally. They will be sent out of the forest illegally without legal permissions. तो rhododendron को क्या किया जाएगा? Either they will be burned or chopped or logged or smuggled. And as every bird and mammal knows, when the road comes, the forest grows. Now he says that every bird and every mammal, he or she, it knows that when the road comes, when the road when the road is made inside the forest, then the forest just goes away. Means the forest is destroyed when the road goes through the forest. And let me say this to the trout. Trout is a freshwater fish, a small like fish, okay? It lives in the fresh waters. So, and let me say to the trout, the elephant says that, and let me tell this to the trout fish also. The bamboo will be slashed, no doubt, and what the tragopan and I delight to eat will burn and die. So what will happen to the bamboo? The bamboo will be slashed. Slashed means cut. So the bamboo will be cut, no doubt about that. There is no second opinion. It is sure that the bamboo will be cut. And what the tragopan and I delight to eat. What are the things, what is the thing that tragopan and I, that is the elephant, delight, become happy when eating? It is the bamboo. So the elephant says that what I, that is the elephant and the tragopan, they love to eat bamboo. So he says that we are sure that the bamboo will be cut, will burn and die, and I and the tragopan, we will be burned and we will be dead. But what will happen to your stream? So he was asking to the trout, right? So he says that, okay, I know that the bamboo will be cut and slashed, and we as elephants and tragopan, we will not have our favorite food to eat and we'll die. Okay, but what will happen to your stream? But what will happen to your stream? The like narrow water body, which like when it expands, it turns into a river. So he says that what will happen to your stream? The stream which passes through the forest. Before the reservoir, your dream of endless space can come about. The soothe filled with snuff you out. What tolls for us is your own bell. So he says that before in the stream the reservoir is constructed. You know what is a reservoir, right? So before in the stream the reservoir is constructed, and the trout has a dream of living in a big and happy like place. It needs some great expansion of space for itself. So the elephant asks that what will happen before the reservoir is constructed? The river will be filled with soot and fill. Soot and fill means the factory wastes, okay? They will all be drained into the river. And before the fish can literally enjoy being in the large space, what will happen? It will, the dirt, the pollution will snuff you out. Snuff you out, you here refers to the trout fish. Okay, will snuff you out means it will suffocate and it will kill you. So before your dream of living in a vast space where the vast river, vast stream where the reservoir is to be constructed, before this dream is fulfilled, what will happen? That this river will be filled with pollution and you will be suffocated and killed. You will die. What tolls for us is your own bell. What tolls for us is your own bell means, toll means to cost, to charge something. So the elephant says that the thing, the human beings, their selfish deeds, their selfish actions that will cost us our life, जो human beings के actions है जिससे हमारी life जाएगी, that will also cost you your life. That will also take your turn to destroy you. Okay, so the elephant says that ऐसा नहीं है कि सिर्फ मुझे या ट्रैगोपैन को ही दिक्कत होगी. Even the trout is also going to suffer. What will cost us our lives? हम जो बैम्बू खाते हैं उसको तो जला दिया जाएगा, काट दिया जाएगा, हम तो मर जाएंगे. लेकिन जिस मोटिव की वजह से हमारी जान जाएगी, बस उसी मोटिव की वजह से तुम्हारी भी जान जाएगी. You will also suffer. The bell will toll on you also. You will also have to suffer because of this. And similarly, let me tell the leopards who may fancy here. And then the elephant says that, and similarly, let me tell this to all the leopards who fancy here. Fancy means imagine and being happy about it. So the elephant says that, and let me tell this to all the leopards who are imagining and being happy. After a forest full of fleeing deer, after your happy passing slaughter, you too will have to flee from water. So then the elephant tells to the leopard that you might be thinking that the human beings will encroach upon the forest. They will they'll start cutting the forest, and the deers will start running from here and there, and the forest will be full of running deers, and you can easily hunt them and eat them. The leopards are being happy कि हाँ human beings आएंगे तो forest जैसे काटना शुरू करेंगे, वैसे ही जो deer है वो इधर से उधर भागना शुरू करेंगे. And then what will happen? That the leopard will be easily able to see the deers and catch the deers and eat them. But the elephant says, but after your happy passing slaughter means, after you will slaughter means murder, killing. So he says that after you kill the deer and become happy, after you eat the deer's meat and you become happy, then what will happen? You too will have to flee from water. Flee means run away. Fly, flee, ये सारे words किस लिए use होते हैं? To run away. कोई भाग जाए. That is called flee. So the elephant says that even if you become very happy that you will have a lot of deer to eat and you will have a lot of things to do, still what will happen? That even if you are happy after eating the deer, after their happy killing, after their happy slaughter by you, what will happen? The human beings will charge on you also, and you will also have to run away from here, from water. You also have to run away. You will all be homeless like us all. Then he says to all the other animals who are there in the meeting, you will all be homeless like us all. Means just like I and the Tragopan are going to be just like we are going to suffer because of these human actions, you all are also going to suffer. You all will also become homeless. You will also not have the home to live. It is this fate we must forestall. Forestall means prevent. That it is this upcoming thing, upcoming action which is going to take place. It is this upcoming thing which we must forestall, which we must try to prevent. We must do anything to prevent this from happening. So let me say to every single endangered denizen of Bengal. So the elephant says, no, let me make it clear to every denizen of Bengal. Denizen means every living beings, whether it is plants or animals. Okay, ऐसे तो living beings भी आते हैं denizen, human beings भी आते हैं denizen में, but there are no human beings in the forest, right? So denizen here refers to the animals or the plants or the birds. Okay, so he says, so let me tell it to every single endangered denizen of Bengal. Endangered means their life is in danger. They are going to die. We must unite in fur and feather, for we will live or die together. We must unite means all the animals, they must unite, they must live together. They must fight together in fur and feather. Fur, whether they are furry animals or they are feathery animals, means whether they live on land, whether they are animals or whether they are birds. Okay. So he says that we must unite in fur and feather, for we will live or die together. For if we continue living, then we will all live together in this forest just like we are living. We will all live happily. But if we die, then we will all be dying together, because if the forest is cut, then each and every denizen of this Bengal forest will be suffering. See, So in this poem what happens that an elephant is trying to urge to the animals that we must all like fight together, we must all struggle together to save our habitat. Otherwise if the habitat is destroyed, then it will not only be the tragopan and I who will suffer, but it will be all the other animals, whether it is leopards, whether it is trout, whether it is any kind of animal or anything. We will all be suffering if the forest is cut. So we must at all costs we must try to save the forest, we must try to like save our habitat, save our homes, so that we are not killed. Otherwise one by one, if even if we think that okay, our species, the elephants are dying, so the tragopans will like they will remain forever, but it's not like that. Or if the like land animals are dying, the birds will remain forever. Or if like the animals and birds are dying, the fishes who are inside the water, they will be happy and fine. So it's not like that. If the forest is destroyed, if they're like the natural habitat of the animals is encroached by the human beings, then every animal will be like harmed in it. Every animal will have to suffer the consequences of it. So the elephant is directly urging the members of the forest to like come together and struggle together so that their life is not destroyed. See, in this we get to know that how badly the humans' actions affect the animals. Okay, the actions of the humans, they like affect the animals in such a bad way that they are sure that they are going to die because of the human animals. They also consider humans as selfish beings, as like beings who never care for the animals. So we need to stop, or like the animals think that they need to come together so that they can stop the human beings from doing all these things. Okay, so now that we have studied the poem, and I hope you must have written the question answers also. So today I will be sending you the PDF of the next chapter, that little square box, also along with this video. So please write the question answers, and from the next video lecture onwards, like I like 2 more days you have the holiday, no? So let's see how much it extends, but whatever happens, we'll next start with that little square box in literature. Okay, and as far as language is concerned, we'll start with the next chapter. I think it is relative clauses. So we'll start with relative clauses in the next class. In English grammar and in English literature, we'll start with that little square box. Okay. Thank you children. Take care of yourselves. Study well.